The Baltic Sea, the water mass which lies between us, is in a very bad environmental condition. A phenomenon called eutrophication leads to a bad water quality and the loss of biodiversity. It results from too much nutrients in the water. Nutrients are chemical substances like nitrogen or phosphorus that plants need to grow. If there are more nutrients in the water than the plants use, new plants grow. And in the Baltic Sea, these are algae. This is what an algae bloom in the Baltic Sea looks like from space. You can see how widespread it already is. These algae blooms block the incoming sunlight so that the plants on the seafloor die. The process of breaking down the plant material uses oxygen, but the oxygen is needed for fish and other animals to survive. As a result, these animals also die and the biodiversity in the Baltic Sea is lost. In some areas, the level of oxygen is so low already that no animals can survive there. These are called dead zones. But where do the nutrients actually come from? They mainly come from different human activities. Farmers, for example, use too much fertilizer on their fields. And the nutrients from the fertilizer can be washed away and then flow into the Baltic Sea through rivers. Another source of nutrients is wastewater and sewage from factories or cities. Also, pollution from ships adds nutrients into the water of the Baltic Sea. And overfishing puts additional stress on the ecosystem as it contributes to the low biodiversity in the Baltic Sea. This bad environmental condition is dangerous for the ecosystems and makes it easy for animals from other places to enter the sea. These are called invasive species. It also makes the Baltic Sea less attractive for tourists. As you can see, many different people, let's call them actors, are involved in this problem and solving it is very complicated. We want to play a game with you at the Challenges to Business event, where we simulate the process of finding solutions to improve the environmental condition of the Baltic Sea. As the actors have different and conflicting interests, they cannot simply agree on something together. Therefore, there is a need for a discussion between participating actors with the aim to find a common agreement that benefits everyone. This is called negotiation. The game is a role play with 5 different roles that represent important actors in the Baltic Sea region. Together with 1 or 2 other students, you will represent one of these actors in a team. These are the 5 actors. Agriculture, which represents farmers or farmers' associations. They are under high pressure because of cheap food imports from other countries. That is why they are mainly interested in having a higher production. The fisheries actor represents fishermen and women, a fishing company or association. They are also interested in a higher income from selling fish or mussels. For this, they need healthy ecosystems and less dead zones. Environmental organizations represent environmental protection agencies, or NGOs like Greenpeace or the WWF. Their main interest is to stop eutrophication and to improve the environmental condition of the Baltic Sea. Governments are another important actor which represent the Prime Minister of a country or the mayor of a city located around the Baltic Sea. They want to keep a balance between sustainability, a good economy, and being attractive for tourists as well. The last role is the industry actor, which represents different companies or an industry association. Their biggest interest is also a higher income, and for that they need free shipping and more products to sell. You will negotiate with the other actors about possible solutions to solve the environmental problems of the Baltic Sea. There are 10 solutions of 4 different categories, which are restrictions on farming, restrictions of sea-based activities, eco-technologies, and sewage and wastewater management. The aim of the game is that you negotiate with the other actors on these 10 solutions and try to make an agreement in the end. To make it easier for you to understand how your actor will use the different solutions, we developed a score system. For each solution, you will get a score between -2 and +2, which tells you how much the solution is within your interests. A score of -2 means that you really don't want the solution because it is not within your interests and has only disadvantages for you. -1 means that you don't prefer the solution, as there might be some disadvantages for you. A score of 0 means that you feel neutral about the solution, whereas +1 means that you prefer it because there might be some advantages. And the highest score is +2, which means that you really want the solution because it aligns perfectly with your interests and has only advantages for you. We will play the game in different steps. We start with preparation and we will go through your actor role with you on the event day. Become familiar with your role and the interests that you represent. You will also have time to discuss your role in breakout rooms with the other students who you play the role together with. Before the negotiation starts, you will vote for the solutions that you prefer and that are within your interests, so the ones with a score of +1 or +2. You will discuss which solutions to vote on with your role partners and then give your vote as one actor group together. There you can also see what the other actors want and where there is a need to negotiate. To make your interests clear to the other players, you will also explain your views in a short statement. Then the negotiation starts. You will have to make compromises in order to find 3 solutions that everyone can agree on. Maybe you can offer to trade solutions in case someone does not agree with you. Focus on your interests, but also have the common goal in mind, which is to reach an agreement together with all actors. At regular intervals, you can also discuss your strategy again with your role partners. You will also have the possibility to lobby with other actors that you maybe share some interests with. For this, you can ask other actors to join you in a breakout room so that you can lobby and plan together. The negotiation ends when either all actors have agreed on 3 solutions or when the time is up. At the end of the game, you should give a statement on which solutions you agreed on together. There are different strategies that you can use when negotiating. For example, you can offer other players to trade solutions when there is disagreement. That means that you can offer them to agree on one of the solutions they want if they agree on yours. You should also make sure to leave some space for negotiation and not reveal all your weaknesses. The scores can help you to identify where you can be flexible. So if you are trading solutions, start with those that give you a score of 0 or -1 before you offer to agree on solutions with a score of -2. This game is about learning to negotiate, so feel free to discuss your strategy with your role partners. You need to respect some rules while playing this game. Listen to each other carefully and try to understand their point of view. Where do you see an option for compromise? Use appropriate language and be respectful in the discussions. Do not exclude others from the negotiation, but you can form alliances and join forces with other actors. However, remember you need all votes to win. Be clear with your opinions, but be also open for negotiation and compromises. Otherwise, you will not be able to agree on 3 solutions. And remember to not reveal your actor scores. Together with this video, you received a document which includes more specific information about the game. Here you can find more information on the environmental problems of the Baltic Sea, the different actors, and how the game is played. It includes more details on the game setup, the different steps of the game and the score system. There is also a table which explains each of the 10 solutions with a description and the expected effects if this solution was implemented. There is also another chapter which tells you more about different strategies that you can use during the negotiation. If you have problems with some of the words, you can find a word list at the end of the document which explains them. Please read this document carefully so that you understand how the negotiation game is played. We will divide you into the 5 actor groups and send you another document and a video with more detailed information on your actors' interests and perspectives on the different solutions. Please watch that video and read that document before the event, but we will also give you time at the event itself to prepare for your role. We are really looking forward to playing the negotiation game with you. Stay tuned for your actor role and the material that you will receive before the event. If you already have some questions, please read the introduction document that we send you or ask your mentor and teachers. See you soon!